Ladies and gentlemen, Primetime CP23 here, back with another Necromancer build video. Today we are going to be working with the Plague set. That's a placeholder name, of course. Going to be working with the Plague set on a speed build. This is not going to be a pushing build. It's not even going to be a gem leveling build. You can see we are only on Torment 5, because that's where this build is going to work best. But it's a pretty fun build. I know I certainly had some fun with it. So starting right off, we are going to be using, of course, the 6-piece Plague set. Bonus on the Plague set, each corpse you consume fires a Corpse Lance. Now, corpse consumption occurs with things like Corpse Lance, Devour, there are several others. But each time you consume a corpse, you fire a Corpse Lance at a nearby enemy. And each enemy you hit with a Bone Spear reduces your damage taken by 2%, up to a maximum of 50%. That bonus lasts for 15 seconds. And each corpse you consume grants you an empowered Bone Spear charge that increases your damage of the next Bone Spear by 1000%. Now, as of right this minute, the set, just like all the other Necromancer sets, seem kinda underpowered. I would say they need to buff up the empowered Bone Spear charges to be maybe 1500%, but that's just my assumption here. Of course, as with I think all of the Necromancer build videos I'm going to be making, we're using the Sledge of Achlinglegagummer. Words are fun, and I have no idea how to pronounce that. In this case, we're using the best diamond that we have in it to increase the damage against elites by 20%, because we are not using a furnace in the cube, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're also going to be using a Unity, as always, Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, and a Hellfire Amulet with the Blood is Power passive. Now in this case, we're using a Gogok of Swiftness, Boon of the Hoarder, and Bane of the Powerful. For this, Bane of the Powerful is just your best option. Boon of the Hoarder, ideally you would use a rank 50, a fully maxed out Boon of the Hoarder, but this will work okay. And then Gogok of Swiftness is pretty negotiable. That's just the one that I happen to pick out. We've got Nemesis Bracers and a Razor Strap. No particular reason for the Razor Strap. As for the cube, I'm going to have to exit out of game and restart. In the cube, we're using an Ingeom to reduce cooldowns by 10 seconds after killing an elite pack, a gold skin just to make enemies drop gold, and an Avarice Band. So each time you pick up gold, it's going to increase your gold and health pickup radius by 1 yard for 10 seconds, stacking up to 30 times. Now, the reason that we're using Avarice Band specifically is because we are also using the aura effects. So Aura of Frailty emits an aura that applies a crippling curse which instantly kills enemies at low health. It's below 15% health, within 15 yards. But it's increased by 50% of your gold pickup radius. So every time you pick up gold, that radius is going to get bigger. And every time that radius gets bigger, your exploit weakness is going to get stronger. You're going to get another damage buff. Devour with the Devouring Aura rune, so that it also becomes an aura. And it will consume all corpses within 15 yards to restore 11 essence per corpse. And that is also buffed by gold pickup radius. So that's two things that are essentially passives because you never use them. You never even have to think about them. We're then using the Bone Spear with the Teeth rune, which is kind of the baby multi-shot. That is basically our only damage dealer. And we're using Corpse Lance with the Ricochet rune, so that every one of your Corpse Lance that you fire when you consume a corpse then has a chance to bounce to another target. It's a 20% chance to bounce to a target. And your Corpse Lances deal 900% weapon damage. We're using Blood Rush with the Molting rune, so that when you do hit Blood Rush, you leave a corpse behind you. And Command Golem with the Flesh Golem rune, so that at the beginning of a rift, or at cow level, or whatever, as soon as you see the first enemies, you hit that, you hit your Command Golem, it drops a bunch of corpses on the ground, and as soon as your aura hits those, you devour the corpses, and that fires Corpse Lances at everything else, and things just die. And it's kind of fun. We're using the Serration passive, Overwhelming Essence passive, which could be replaced by Final Service, which is the Cheat Death passive. I don't really think you need it. And then we're using Exploit Weakness and Fueled by Death, so that when you consume a corpse, movement speed is increased by 3% for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 10 times. On my Hellfire Amulet, we also have Blood is Power. And let's exit out of the game real quick, so we can come back and have a new cow level. I choose the cow level to do this on just because the cow level's fun, and I don't feel like endlessly running riffs. Just bear with me here. Alrighty. We're now in the cow level. Now then, it's first pack, blow up the golem, and you see all of the Corpse Lances firing in every direction. And you also never have to cast Corpse Lance, because with your set, they automatically get cast. And of course, you don't actually need them. Here is the Cow King, or Queen, whatever. It does take a little bit to kill bosses, even when they have a bunch of ads around them. It's not so bad with it's not as bad with just elites, but with bosses, Rift Guardians, etc., it does get a bit monotonous. And there goes the Cow Queen. As you can see, I mean, you just run through and kill things. And I'm curious to see how big a massacre bonus I can get. I've never gotten the, what is it? I think it's 400 is the max. I've never gotten that max bonus, so I'm curious. I mean, we're out here just completely murdering cows. Aw, maxed out at 338. But anyway, I think you get the point. It's been a 10-minute video. It's a little shorter video than most of them have been, but the thing about Necromancer videos right now is, since they have not released legendary items yet, and we don't know what the legendary items are going to be necessarily, it's kind of hard to anticipate where the meta's going to go, which makes it a little hard to anticipate what we're going to use each set for. One thing that I would love to see is for Blizzard to actually change some of the sets. And what I mean by that is not necessarily buffing or nerfing them. I mean, I think every single set needs a buff. Oh, by the way, you do occasionally run out of essence, but when you do, it means you're not killing things fast enough. And so when you do, just detonate your golem, or either detonate your golem or just teleport somewhere. Or use Blood Rush, rather. It's not really a teleport. Either way, it'll work. But anyway, as I was saying, I would like to see some changes to the sets, because every set uses the exact same armor slots. So there's almost no room for using, you know, like a Ring of Royal Grandeur to use 5 pieces of one set and 3 pieces of another set to get 2 different set bonuses. You have to use at least 5 pieces to get a set bonus. And Ring of Royal Grandeur only works with set bonuses with more than 2. You have to have at least 2 pieces of a set on before Ring of Royal Grandeur will proc. So it makes for more vanilla builds. There's not as much room to experiment, because the way that these sets are built, and I'm actually going to go back to town now after collecting that gold, of course. So bear with me here. And of course, I may do a whole separate video on this, but every single Necromancer build or set currently uses the same gloves, shoulders, helmet, chest piece, leg piece, boots. Every single set uses the exact same items, so there is no room for variation. You can't use, you know, just for example, you can't do like they do with an Inna Generator build for Monk, where you're using 2 pieces of the raiment set and then 5 pieces of the Inna set. There's no room for anything like that. So I'd like to see them change that. And I will probably do a whole video specifically talking about that kind of thing, discussing the Necromancer beta and what I've seen so far. If you would like to see that video, make sure to leave a comment in the description below. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this is Primetime CP23, and I'm out.